All right, Todd Billin. Man, I hate when I have to do these every year. It seems like far too many times I'm having to report on breaking news of this variety. So perhaps the number one wide receiver in the entire country, you would think, for the 2022 draft. Obviously, there are a ton of great wide receivers that'll be in that particular draft. It's going to be loaded, but you would have to at least put George Pickens in the running to be the number one wide receiver in a possible top 10 pick because he is absolutely incredible. I'm talking about the ability to go and tack the ball and even exchange situations. He improved on his route running. His hands are phenomenal. He's a tough kid, plays with a chip on his shoulder. Everything you can imagine in a 6'3", 190-something pound frame. Very Dez Bryant-like, somebody who I compared him to. Well, it's been reported that he has torn his ACL. So we're in March now, and I know people like to do the thing where they think that a guy will come back and he'll be good and stuff like that. Maybe he does come back. It's a 6-month recovery period or whatever like that. I don't have any details on that. But let's be real here. Is he going to be the same if he comes back this particular year? He's too damn valuable to me to be risking it, like maybe re-tearing it or something like that. Maybe this is one where you pack it up, pack it in, and maybe he comes back next season or whatever. But I know how it is. They'll probably be pushing this kid to play. Hopefully nothing comes of it if he does come back. But I always think that's super risky. But beyond that, man, if you know the composition of Georgia's roster, I think it's the number one roster in the country, along with Alabama. It's a give and take process right there. Ohio State in the mix, LSU, some of these teams out there, Oregon, definitely. But nobody more loaded than the University of Georgia. Has some stuff to fill in on the back end as far as the defense goes, the defensive backs. But on offense, they don't have those problems. Even though they don't have George Pickens, they're still loaded there. Jermaine Burton, you could say maybe the best wide receiver on the team with what he can bring and his route running and his ability to, transition with the best of them. He has great hands, very imaginative route runner. Could play inside and out. He could possibly be George Pickens' equal. So if you're looking for a silver lining in that, maybe he steps up, becomes a number one wide receiver. But, man, you have a guy like Arian Smith who can go get it, want to be one of the fastest guys on the field no matter who they're playing. Hopefully the Marcus Rosemary kid who left last year with a bad injury in the Florida game, hopefully he recovers and he's able to get out there. He's a 6'2", 200-pound receiver. He can add that physicality like a George Pickens, very much in the same size bracket. If you're looking for somebody from a body composition standpoint to fill in, maybe it's the Justin Robinson kid from a couple of cycles ago. Came from, I want to say, Eagles Landing. 6'4" kid like that. We'll see how he progresses in camp. Of course, you got to think about the tight ends as well. You got Granddaddy Darnell Washington, big ass out there. Being able to throw him some passes. You got guys beyond that that'll be playing with him in your 12 personnel sets. But, of course, when you go 11 personnel, you'll have a guy like a Dominic Blaylock back, hopefully. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He showed himself to be great as a freshman. And they've had every single year true freshmen step up. And Kyrus Jackson is back. Kyrus Jackson, you would say, the all-around guy you can run jet sweeps with. Work the quick game. He can go deep, break tackles, do a lot of different stuff for you right there. Has a ton of experience now. And, man, you start thinking I could just keep – every time I think about the wide receiver, I think about somebody else beyond that. So it's still Georgia, right? You're going to have a good offensive line, or you should have a good offensive line, but you're going to have a ton of running backs as well to get the ball to out of the backfield. They are loaded at that position. My favorite dude is Kenny McIntosh, just for the simple fact that you can get him the ball out of the backfield. He's got a lot of juice in his legs and make you miss. Still have James Cook. He gets very much in the same mode as a Kenny McIntosh. McIntosh a little bigger. Zamir White back. You got the young guy, Kendall Milton, one of those downhill, straight ahead, powerhouse type cats. Come on, man, they're loaded. Let's be real here. And then on the defensive side of the ball, if those guys step up, they are absolutely loaded beyond the gills. I'm talking Trayvon Walker on the inside, Jordan Davis on the inside. Those are two, well, at least Trayvon Walker, man, he could be a potential number one overall pick. He has that type of skill set. Jordan Davis, one of those first-round types, Devontae Wyatt, perhaps the most accomplished out of all of them. You can definitely rely on him. You had the young guy, Jalen Carter, who has a skill set to where you can think he could be a top 10 draft pick, man. Adam Anderson out there on the edge, even though they're doing some goofy shit I heard, right? Maybe moving him to the star makes zero sense to me. But that's what happens when you got a lot of guys at the same position and you promised a lot of playing time there. But we'll get to that another day there. Nolan Smith on the edges as well. Quay Walker. Back off ball, Nakobe Dean. What are we doing here, man? Chris Smith in the defensive backfield with Lewis Singh. Got to get that cornerback situation under control there. But come on, man. They will not be hurting for talent. But this is a huge blow. This is your most marquee name on offense besides the quarterback, JT Daniels. Shouldn't have any problems as far as that. You know who your quarterback is this time here. Just got to get a few holes plugged in there. But if anybody can do it, I think the Georgia Bulldogs can do it. They are very much in the hunt for the national championship. But I'll have more on that. Make sure you come back and just let me know, right? Demetrius Robertson, thinking about a wide receiver. He's back for his 9th year of college football when I thought 6 years ago he would be going to the NFL. That's a wealth of experience. The guy can get downfield. Former 5-star there, has been pretty much a bust if you're being honest about the situation. But maybe he puts it all together here. They'd be counting on him. A lot of talent there in Georgia. National championship definitely in their grasp from a talent perspective, but let's see if they can get coached up, and let's see how this particular injury impacts the situation, all right? But it's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Let me know what you think about this and Georgia's prospects for the 2021 season, all right? Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.